for Aries, Pisces, Taurus, and Aquarius. We're doing a reading with the Orisha cards to see which Orishas are assisting you at this time. Let me see if any other messages come up with it. Double tap that screen, give me a like, a share, subscribe, a comment. I love reading your comments, and I do respond. Let's get some extra light. Table is a little wet. Okay. Okay, so I will be reading from the book as we go along. So Aries, what Orisha is working with you? And what are the messages? Okay. All right, it looks like you have Ogon. Ogon seems to be the Orisha that's working with you at this time. I hope you had an amazing Sunday or Monday. It depends on where you're at in the world. Okay, so Ogon. This is Ogon. Let's do it like this so you put him at the top. Ogon is a fighter, Aries, who has strong body and a little shape. Fights with integrity against the beast. He carries his sword in one hand and in the other his spear ready to be used as a means of defense and attack. A simple crown with little finery reveals his hierarchy. On the crown, there's a small sword, like the kind of banner, and he wears necklaces or ornamental chains around his neck, and typically bracelets on his arm. Okay. The major colors of the card are blue and green. The first is related to Ogon, whose synchronicity, I messed that word up, is with Saint Anthony, while green corresponds with Ososis, Saint George, and to Ogon, who is also Saint George for many people. Others relate him to Saint John and Saint Peter. Both Orisha strongly related to each other and are brave and hardened fighters who defend justice and order. They fight against evil and are invoked by people who want to undo strong spells or wicked deeds, hence the allegory of killing the dragon or beast. The spear and the sword belongs to Ogon, and since he is the patron of iron, all things related to metals and metallurgy are related to him. Ososis or Okosi is known as the hunter, and his tools are the bow and the arrow. Some lines or nations who compare Ogon to St. George, believes that his governing colors are green and red, while others consider it to be green only. Despite the differences, his definition is a fighting spirit is the same. His energy lives in the forests, in shrubs, in the mountains, etc., and everything that is green. The owner of all herbs and leaves is another Orisha called Osan. Although he shares the privileges with all saints, since each one of them owns one or more specific plants, who in addition to that has his or her ashe or power, and knows all their properties, thus becoming the great herbalist. The meaning of this card, Aries. The spirit triumphs and prevails over matter. Good overcomes evil. Intelligence exercises supremacy over brutality. Conquered enemies. You will win in many contests, Aries. Love is conjured up to reject and repel hate. A nature that is benevolent, but at the same time strong, compelling, precipitous, and impulsive, tenacity and courage. You will bring anything you have started to a conclusion, and nothing, not nothing, even the smallest detail will be omitted. Travels by train, activities and businesses related to metallurgy, romantic vehemence, and grandiloquent love. Everything related to botany and groves, vegetarian and nature tendencies. So, Aries, it looks like the Orisha that's working with you right now is Ogon. And this is also telling you that if you got a green thumb or you felt led towards green plants, shrubbery, even being in the outdoors, then this confirms that Ogon is the Orisha that's working with you at this time. Okay? You have the Six of Earth and the Karma card. So let's see what the Karma card and the Six of Earth is for you. Like I say, when I purchased this, I did not know that they don't have the Orishas in order by alphabet. So I have to thumb through the book. It's not a little book either. Hey, Taurus Shama. Hello, Alexis Daniels. Hello, Donovan. It's good to see y'all. It's easier if I just go ahead and find all my pages first. And that way I won't have to keep fumbling or cutting back on the time. Okay. Got them. Here we go. Let's go with the Six of Earth first. The Six of Earth, Aries. This card meaning in the upright, it says you have won because you have received from a powerful one who offers support equitably. Take it as a gift. It can represent important employment offers, contracts, and association where all parties will share on a 50-50 basis. Aries, they're saying seize this opportunity. Okay, healing. You got good luck here. Your next card is saying karma. So I feel like this is your good karma right now, Aries. The karma card says, it says, celestial rays descend, protecting, sheltering, and covering the universal law. In the center, the crux and ankh serves as a balance where all our actions will be weighed. Each scale of the balance holds an eye, showing that nothing is beyond the control of the law of cause and effect. The two ends of life, childhood and old age, are represented on each side of the card. The physiognomy involved is intended to show how the passing of time modifies not only physical but also mental features, attitudes, and standards of conduct drawn from experience. The old woman leans on her image as a young girl, as if turning her back to the past. She seems to be preparing herself resignedly for what may come, aware of the lost time will not return, and that gained time may be capitalized upon. She will have to make a new start, and in the endless wheel, all good done for her and in the others will be compensated, bringing more peace and quiet. The meaning of this card in the upright: if we live our lives according to the truth and justice, we will be rewarded with good karma. This is wise teaching. Where time is of the essence, let us not lose it, Aries. Freedom of spirit, reward for good work, legal actions, and conflicts are in your favor. Along the road, we will find the true oasis, regardless of the obstacles and difficulties encountered. Let us do away with them. Let us use the intelligence and free will our Lord has given us and help our fellow human beings, respecting and loving them above all. That's a mouthful. Wow. So Aries, you got quite a bit of stuff here they want you to know. You're protected. You're on the right path. Seize the moment. And remember to be kind to people. And stay balanced. Next, we're going to do Pisces. Okay, what is the Orisha that's working with Pisces? Okay, what Orisha is assisting Pisces at this time? Okay. At the bottom is the Ten of Earth, so I'm going to take it. What Orisha is... Oh, baby. That's quite a bit. All right. You got the karma card, too. I know y'all saw me shuffle those cards. So, Pisces, look like you got some good karma, too, here. All right. So Pisces, Oshun is working with you, the goddess of love. All right. And it looks like this is also your karma for right now. Congratulations. I do believe this is a positive reading. All right. Let's find out why they're working with you and what are the messages they want to convey to you. All right. So I just read the card about karma. All right. Now we're going to read about Oshun, and then we're going to go to the Ten of Earth. Thank you for that super chat, Leah. Okay, I'm getting there, y'all. All right, what is this card? Earth element. We'll come back to that one. All right, where you at, Ocean? All right, you say, man, Elvin, current feelings towards me. All right. After I do the last one, because I'm only doing 4 zodiac signs on this live, then I'll start answering questions if you don't mind. Okay. So your first card is the Karma card, correct? Let's see, where's Karma? And instead of me reading the whole thing out, I'll just read just the meaning of the Karma card for you. All right? All right, Pisces. Pisces, since the Karma card came out in the upright, it says if we live our lives according to the truth justice, we will be rewarded with good karma. This is wise teaching. Where time is of the essence, let us not lose it. Freedom of spirit, reward of good work, legal actions and conflicts in our favor. Along the road, we will find true oasis, regardless of the obstacles or difficulties encountered. Let us do away with them. Let us use the intelligence and free will our Lord has given us and help our fellow humans, beings, respecting and loving them all. Oshun. All right. An extremely beautiful woman adorned with gold and yellow jewels, metal, and on her bracelet, necklace, and crown. She sweetly dominates with the presence and one of her environment. The foot of a waterfall. Ocean is the energy prevailing in waters, waterfalls, streams, and any course of fresh water. She is the sweetest female, Orisha, though others give that status to Yemaya, the daughter of Osala, and Yemaya. And since all rivers go to the sea, at the end of her essence will be fused with her mother who awaits her. In her immensity, Ocean may represent the most intimate feminine thinking of the human psyche. She is coquettish and, like any other woman, likes perfumes, personal adornments, jewels, etc. She is also very emotional, and her sons are highly emotional, weeping people. The meaning of your Ocean card says love, sweetness, and femininity. All right? So Pisces, it seems like love, sweetness, and femininity is what Ocean is assisting you with. Hidden knowledge, research and planning, gifts as a medium, hypersensitiveness, psychism, mentalism. The card can represent someone interested in medicine, either heterodox or orthodox, perhaps in a social subject, but generally related to the scientific field. A woman, wife, or girlfriend who will know how to express an opinion without arrogance and aggressiveness. In a quiet manner, subtleness, and distinction. That is one of those are the attributes that I've actually encountered dealing with people under the zodiac sign of Pisces. And that's beautiful. Your next card is the Ten of Earth, which is this one over here. All right, let's see what they have to say here. All right. So you got good karma coming in, and your blessing is in love and medicine and other things that you may be interested in. These are blessings from the Orisha Oshun. Okay. And also giving you the ability to eloquently speak. Okay. The earth element. Do I have that one? No, that's the water element. Hold on. Okay. All right. So now we're looking for the earth element. The earth element says all the material given by earth relate all aspects and interests connected with it. They want you to take in account the dates that govern the three signs belonging to. Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to read the whole thing because if not, y'all ain't going to get it. And me either. Thank you for this subscribe. All right, so you have the earth element. Okay? It said, Anaximander believed that the origin of all things was unlimited and indefinite to the probability of, as Greek geometricians, the indefinite was round. We should recall that the planet Earth has always been present in the conceptualization of humanity as a maximum exponent of the round. Earth is a feminine and passionate element. Earth has three corresponding astrological signs: Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus being a fixed sign, Virgo mutable, and Capricorn a cardinal. The meaning of the earth element card in the upright says that all the materiality given by the earth, related all aspects and interests connected with it, take into account the dates that govern the three signs belonging to it. Characteristics: meticulousness, pragmatism, being pragmatic, okay, determination and assurance. Also, a restraint of restraining situations. Okay, so okay, so Pisces, wow. Okay, so you got earth and you have water here. That's also, and water represents ocean, and earth is also Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So I'm assuming you also have that in your chart. But this is saying you got good karma here. Nothing bad. All right? And that's on the earth element. Now let's see what the nine of earth means. That goes with that. All right. The nine of earth says, the nine of earth is represented by a lonely woman. That's right here. Okay? All right? A lonely woman with her back turned is plowing the land for subsequent sowing. The meaning of that card in the upright says this woman has adopted the position because she prefers solitude to the incompatibility of those who could not understand her for a time, was running away, and it was necessary to provide for the future. She prefers to go away, she herself, with her wisdom upon noticing the danger, but without false pride. cultivates a virgin land with love in order to enjoy its fruits later. Deep love for life and all of nature without retaining useless and destructive rancor. And there's a little passage here that goes with that. It says, "But that on the good ground are they, which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience." So, Pisces, you may be a person that likes to be by yourself in solitude, or this is you just not wanting to be around people that like to keep up mess. You don't like that. You prefer to do things on your own. You're being assisted or guided to do things alone. All right, and to also to shun any kind of negativity. All right. It's like this is a time for you to get away, or you being led to do that. So if you've been trying to figure out why you do certain things or why you feel uh, uh, a time for change, chances are that you're dealing with Oshun, and Oshun says time for you to get some blessings back. This is your good karma. The water element card is here. And the water element says, excuse me, Thales called water the humid or humidity. He believes that the universe and everything in it came from the initial or primary substance, water. He said this because he thought that all living things need this element to live. Water is a feminine and passive element. 3 astrological signs correspond with it: Cancer, the cardinal sign; Scorpio, the fixed sign; and Pisces, mutable sign. The features of the astrological signs of the 4 elements, for example, cardinal, fixed, and mutable, have the following meanings. Cardinal is so called because when the sun enters each one of these signs, one of the 4 seasons of the year begins. That is, at the equinoxes and solstices. The fixed sign occurs at the, I'm going to mess that up, equidistant moment or middle point of each season, and the mutable sign indicates the end of each season. The meaning of the water elements card in the upright says the purifying capacity of water and its spirit to give things. Take into account the dates that govern these 3 astrological signs, Pisces: characteristics, creativity, intuition, sensitivity, and psychic abilities, nutrition, and nutrients. This is what they're saying that you need to take in consideration during these three seasons at the beginning. Okay, and I feel that they want you to continue. All right, taking care of yourself, making sure you get enough nutrition. All right, they want you to know that you have Oshun here. You got good karma, and you got these gifts and talents here. Your creativity, intuition, being very sensitive, as well as have psychic abilities. All right, you have a lot of water down here, so all of this basically is saying that yeah, this you're in your bright element. Your last card is the Two of Waters. In the upright, it says, "Feast and happiness of the great love based on harmony, stage of a friendship, couples, and love affair with mutable understanding, spirituality, and tender feelings of piety and charity. Your love or companionship is beyond the material. It deepens in crystalline and limpid waters where mysticism reaches the highest values. This is a time about oaths of endless love and friendship." So this is like the Lover's card here, the Two of Waters, okay, or the Two of Cups. So this is love. This is balance. This is your creativity and your spiritual gifts. And this is good karma for you. Congratulations, Pisces. I love your reading as well. Hello, Albert. Okay, so we did Aries, we did Pisces, I have Taurus, and Aquarius left. So let's do Taurus and then we'll do Aquarius last. Okay? What Orisha is working with Taurus at this time? What Orisha is assisting Taurus at this time? And can you give us a read why and tell us why? Okay. Okay. Got the whole deck upside down, huh? So you do have a fire message. All right, Taurus. This is movement. What Orisha is working with Taurus at this time? Okay. Really? Okay. Oh, wow. Taurus, you got the couple card that came out in reverse. I wanted to make sure these cards were in reverse. Let me check again. No? Okay. Some of them are. Some of them not. All right. Ooh. You got SU in reverse. SU is in reverse. And the couples card is in reverse as well. It's very rare that I get reversals in this. So let's find out about SU and the couples in reverse. I kind of feel like this might be a heavy reading, but we're gonna find out together. Okay, Taurus. I hear a song. I hear that song called Dream Weaver. All right, so you may have been weaving some dreams lately. You've been dreaming or doing something before you go to bed at nighttime, manifesting how you want your next day to be. Okay. And it could also have something to do with a relationship. Okay. Because the song goes like, Dream Weaver, I believe we can make it if we try. Okay. So if you get the time, you might want to take some time out and play that song. All right. Hey, loving it. All right. All right. So, Taurus, here we go. You have SU in reverse. This is SU here. All right. Oh, that's female SU. Hold on. I got the male. Okay. I just realized it was a male when I looked at the picture. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. She has on a skirt and she's dancing. I'm gonna take some time out and put a little tags on these pages to make it easier for me to find what I'm looking for. You know the little tabs that some of y'all remember with them tabs because we used to use them in school. Or else when we're doing a project and we have to write an essay or something like that. Okay, so the female issue is actually Pombagira. Okay, she has more than one name. All right. So Pombagira is the female issue. All right. Pombagira is a feminine version of Eshu. That is to say, she is the feminine Eshu and has the same characteristics as the male Eshu, but the latter masculine features are replaced by those which are specific to the feminine gender. She is delicate, sensual, loves beauty, and so on. Although the gypsies have been chosen as a representative of all aspects of Pombagira, Taurus, it must be clarified that she is known by several names such as Maria Padilla, Maria Pulam. Making sure I'm seeing all the rest. Okay, Pulambo, okay, Maria of the Seven Crossroads, etc. The Pombagira also acts as an intermediary between the Orishas of humanity. They are the great magicians of love and are turned to in hope of recovering a lost love or to find and consolidate a new romance or romantic relationship. Cheerfully, lively, and extremely seductive, they charm at sight. Upon arrival on the earth, they burst into musical laughter like a shout of freedom and happiness. The meaning of this card in reverse means that there are some bad influence here. It says badly influenced by other cards, frivolous, frivolous, frivolous character, overly hasty decisions, opportunism, and material interests. I do need a drink of water because I was drinking tea before we came on. All right, so um, I feel that you may be the Orisha that's working with you is not working to your best interest. But let me see. The couple's card in reverse. In the upright, it's talking like this: a man and a woman living their romantic to the fullest, which is clearly reflected in posture. There is a conjunction between feeling rhythm and harmony as if they were daring a magical dance to the beat of their hearts. A thing of beauty surrounded by the landscape inviting them to romance. The woman is to her feet, representing the yin, nature, and position, which is sensitive and sensual. There is a balance between the sensory and the extrasensory, between physical and material things, and ethereal or spiritual matters, as the left is the location of the heart and emotional feelings and the heart chakra. This zone is controlled by the right lobe of the human brain. However, in the reverse, it's saying that there's a lot of infidelity and egoism here, boredom, feeling extreme jealousy, broken dreams. It may mean a breakup, a separation, or a serious crisis. Protection might have become a prison, and sensuality, oh baby, licentiousness. Okay, so Taurus, I'm assuming that you may have had a breakup with someone, or else right now you're just not in a relationship. All right, instead of Pumbagera, which is the female issue, all right, being the life of the party and helping you. Instead, you're being influenced by the negative part, okay? The negative part of issue. Okay. All right. There's no balance right now. This is not all the Taurus, but there is a Taurus here that is going through this here right now. I would like to turn your card in the upright, but let's keep going. You have the Four of Earth, which is the Four of Pentacles here, which tells me that there is someone that's trying to control the whole narrative. Okay. All right, let's see. The Four of Earth. Okay, the Four of Earth says, and it's in reverse too, right? No, it's not. It's upright. Thank God. All right. So, all right. It says, on the summit of a mountain, the Four of Earth. This is the Four of Earth here. You see, it looks like a ram. On the summit of a mountain, we see a goat with four gold coins beneath its feet. Four is the most earthly of the numbers. We should remember that the symbol of the earth is a circle with a cross in the center, dividing the circle into four equal parts, 90 degrees each by 4, equals 360 degrees. All right? I'm trying to bypass all of those numbers and get to it. Thus, the wheel of life turns around and around until it reaches the house of Taurus, the first sign of Earth, which starts at 30 degrees. The wheel turns around and never stops transmuting and changing through cycles of nines and threes. Everything that is determined, fixed, established, and balanced. In the upright, the Four of Earth means, by perseverance, Taurus, you attain the success you had planned, gaining very important grounds through which you can control, manage, and order. Success can bring loneliness, however, and to reach this success, perhaps you shall sleep alone. Prophets, the goat always reaches the top of the mountain. So this seems like something that you chose, Taurus. You prefer to be alone so you can make it to the top. You may have broke off a relationship. You may have even separated from someone because you felt like this person was trying to keep you down. However, Taurus, as you can see, that if these Orishas are working for you, they're working for you so you can become successful. All right? So they had to help you make a decision to let something go or someone go. All right, you have the Nine of Fire in reverse. The Nine of Fire says, and this is it, 9 large candles, each representing, let me turn it around so y'all can see it better, and then I'll put it back. 9 large candles, each representing a state of meditation and enlightenment. A man wearing a white turban lies on the straw mat in a profound mystical state, knowing that this period of ascension and fasting will result in a transformation and regeneration. The number 9 is the only number that, when multiplied by another, results in a number that, when reduced to a unit, becomes 9 again. The meaning of this card in reverse, Taurus, it says something spiritual that you could not or fail to obtain. Time wasted on loss, postponing valuable things or superficial ones. These delays and actions may open astral and a material door to your adversaries, thus casting innumerable unforeseen events and difficulties. They want you to get yourself balanced, Taurus. All right? All right. I think you are obsessing to the point of you're about to open up a doorway for something that you really don't want on the spiritual level. Okay? All right? You need to balance this energy out up here. Although you have the female SU here that's saying, okay, that's your heart's desire, this what you want. All right, well, we're going to reverse it. Instead of you having all this happy stuff and you going out and you partying, you being the life of the party and people seeing you, as delightful, we're going to change that. All right? In order for you to be happy, okay, you want to cut off all sources or break off a relationship or something because you feel like that it's either holding you back or it's draining you. All right. You're willing to step on whatever you need to in order for you to get to the top. All right. And being here, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus card, which is this is you. All right. You're willing to put the work in. All right. And this saying that you will not fail. However, they want you to be careful because you're in this energy here. You're also leaving doors open for other spirits to come in and give you some bad influence. This also said that you're being influenced by another entity. Okay, okay, or people, all right? But you don't want to let that get out of hand. You need to catch that. Here it talks about meditating and praying, all right, and fasting, so you can hear, so you can get messages, so you can be enlightened, so you can transmute this negative energy. This, I believe that this is what they're telling you. In order for you to get rid of this energy here, so you don't fall into this here, you need to, and because right now they're saying that you're not doing this. You need to turn it around, okay? You need to meditate. You need to pray. You need to do some fasting so you can hear the messages or transmute any negative energy that's coming your way. All right? Your last message is the message of fire. Okay? And the message of fire is this to you. As a subtle effervescence, the rising flames throw out sparks from the logs, burning everything to survive. Okay, Taurus, so you may be burning off some stuff to make sure you can survive. In other words, like we talked about, you are deducing people and things in your life, okay, for this fame, for this whatever this is that you're doing. Okay. As subtle effervescence, the rising flames throw out sparks from logs, burning everything to survive. They provide true life to our eyes by reflecting an inanimate light. They seem to dance with the rhythmic of the creaking logs and become stronger as they burn oxygen. Finally, the flames take the shape of a salamander. Only one of them is a spark, and all of them together form that latent flame that gives us willpower as as the unending fire that keeps burning as long as there is life. A representative of universal love, the Holy Spirit comes down in the form of flames, and the Sacred Heart of Jesus shines because of the love of his brethren and all of humanity. Fire is a pure and purifying element, burning all ignorance and clumsiness and acting as a bulwark of reason and mental penetration. As energy from the center of the earth, it encourages us to go on to work and to create by acting on our metabolism, cooperating with our organic functions, and influencing the reproduction of the human race. The meaning of this card in the upright, Taurus, they're saying, do not let anything or anyone discourage you, since reason acts according to your moves. You have been, wow, you have been far. You have been fair in your attitude, courage in fulfilling your duties, rank and achievement in your performance. The truth is guiding you, Taurus, and love will therefore be your con- coron. coron yeah, I need to change my glasses. I've been wearing these all day. So please forgive me if I'm messing up words. All right. And love will therefore be your corollary and only means for happiness. Willpower to overcome any danger and difficulties. Okay. So I know I chopped that up. Please forgive me. All right. But they're telling you, this is encouraging you. All right. They're telling you, all right, do not let anything or anyone discourage you. All right. They don't want you to do that. They want you to continue to keep moving forward. All right. Accordingly. They're saying that you've been very fair in your attitude with other people. All right. They're saying that you have the courage to fulfill these duties, and this is what you're doing. You're moving forward. You're pressing forward. All right. You might have had to get a little funky with somebody or someone, but you still pressing forward, girlfriend, boyfriend. Okay. I wish you good luck and prosperity, Taurus, in all your endeavors. Last but not least is Aquarius. Hello, Stacy. Stacy. Hello to Green Fairy. Watch out now, Green Fairy. All right. You know what the Green Fairy is, right? Okay. All right. Give me a message for what Orishas are working with Aquarius and why. Okay. What Orishas are working with Aquarius right now and why. Okay. All right, Aquarius, you got two cards that's on the floor. All right, let's see what these say. You have Eshu, the male version. You have the the Ten of Fire. You have Seven of Air, Nine of Earth. And let's see who these are. The Enslaved Prisoner and Ogon. Both of these was in reverse, okay, when they was on the floor. So I'm gonna read them both ways just for you because they was in reverse, but I'm gonna read them upright as well. Okay. So I'm taking this as if, wow, and at the bottom of the deck is Baba Orisha, the Baba Orisha. All right, I'm going to take that one too because I feel drawn to take it. Okay, so Eshu, and then enslaved. Thank you all for being patient with me. It's much more easier uh, when I'm doing just a video because I can have everything already prepared. Okay. And you got Ogon as well. Ogon and Eshu. Yeah, that's Ogon. I should be almost to issue right there. All right. Issue in the upright. Okay. The male version at the top left. Okay. It says this is one of the aspects of Elegua. Okay. Or Elaba or Elabara. Many think that Eshu is one of Elegua's of the 21 archetypes. His dwelling is located at the crossing four roads, which must each be open without cul-de-sacs in the four directions for at least 7 blocks. He is the Lord of the roads, who carefully and cautiously listens and attends to our requests and brings them to the high Orishas, for whom he is the spokesman. By performing this important task, he reaches a spiritual light covering the direst needs of the human wants. I have observed many festivities, okay, of Eshu in Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, and most of them celebrated on August the 24th, St. Bartholomew's Day, according to the saints' perpetual calendar, which have been very beautiful because of their colors of gaiety to the rhythm of, I'm going to mess that up, Atabaquits. Whoever wants to consult him, since he to knows to the perfection human psychology and major human issues, may do so without any difficulties. Presents, gifts, offerings are usually brought consisting of alcoholic beverages, okay, brandy, uncured rum, whiskey, tobacco, cigars, Havanas, etc. Many syncretize him with St. Michael's, the Archangel, and others with St. Peter's, the custodian of the keys of paradise, because Eshu has the keys to access different psychic roads. His specialty is to open up pathways with regard to work, professional careers, or means of living. Without him, nothing can be started in the spiritual field because he is the mediator between men and the Orishas. And as a very well known song dedicated to him says, without Eshu, nothing can be done. While I was conducting some researches in the United States, I had the opportunity to receive spiritual guidance and advice from Eshu. Some months after the consultation with him, I corroborated the accuracy of their descriptions concerning the circumstances that a relative of mine was going through. All right, that's a little bit too much. Anyway, so let me see. The meaning of this card is, because it got about 3 pages on this. All right, it says here, Aquarius, a virile man, full of vitality and knowledgeable about life, with the innocence of a small boy and the experience of an old man. Time seems not to affect him. His energy is constant and his works entirely and persistently as he tries to attain his goal. A poet, to communicate with him, you would have to leave any internal fears aside and acknowledge in your heart all the precious gems he hoards. The card has a loyal and faithful personality, a good companion, partner, a friend that will help you along the path you have started. So, Aquarius, they're saying that you have somebody that's going to be on a path with you to help you. All right. All right. You may also be prompt to start reading poetry, to do poetry, or be very creative in that area. They're also saying that if you're going to acknowledge him or you're going to reach out to issue, you should also be willing, all right, not to have any kind of fears when you reach out to him. And don't forget to acknowledge, okay, all the precious gems and jewels and stuff that he possessed. All right, they're also saying that he's a hoarder of those. So you may find yourself a person that likes to buy a lot of crystals and stuff. And you don't wear all that stuff, you just like them for beauty. Okay? All right. So let's see. So the card has a loyal and faithful personality, a good companion partner, or friend that will help you along the path you have started. Okay? This card is a card with a high psychic content and may warn you about any danger or imbalances in the field. Written or oral communication, fraternity, associations, or large fraternal and community feelings, abandonment, or material things in favor of spiritual things. All right, so SU is helping you in that area. Okay. All right. If you're a person that like to write theses or you're a person that like to write, definitely, like I said, the poet, this is what SU does. He enhances those abilities. He gives you those as well. Yeah. All right. You have the enslaved prisoner, and that card is in reverse, and I believe that's a good sign. If it's in reverse, right? I hope so. Well, then, because I'm taking that intuitively that you're free. Okay. The enslaved card is the one at the top in the middle. All right, it says, a slave that hands and feet tied to a one wooden log and several chains locked around him, nobody shares his pain. The punisher is not present either, and the slave's destiny is adrift. His eyes are closed, revealing the inner efforts to survive, and his mental communication with Olarum, and Olarion, God for the Africans, asking for help and salvation. His hope is based on the knowledge that there is another life beyond this one. His faith is the immortality of the soul. This card represents a person who has been persecuted because of his or her ideas of thinking, a prisoner of ignorant people who many times, in the name of a high idea, single out, accuse, and finally execute innocent people whose sole crime is the preservation of opposing ideas and thoughts. Since this card was in reverse, it means, let's see, the greatest pain has ceased, but the effects of the uncomprehension still affect you. Break the chains, Aquarius, whether physical, moral, spiritual, or mental. You can do it. Avail yourself of the truths that your enemies and torturers have granted to you. Ease your tension and forgive with the sublimation of love. You must face reality. And there's a little scripture underneath it to say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Luke 23:34. So they're letting you know that you're free. You're not chained up anymore. If you've been going through anything in your past or even now, it's over with. They want you to forgive the people. They want you to get yourself balanced again and move forward. Don't allow this to keep holding you back. Yeah, because sometimes things that people have said or done to you because they had a fear of you thinking outside the box, being different. All right, they did everything they could to keep you in that place because of their own ignorance. Uh-oh. I think I turned the light on. I did. Let's turn this light off. Okay. You got Ogun in reverse. And I'm going to read Ogun in reverse for you. Okay. All right. Ogun in reverse is talking about bad influences. All right. It says lack of valor to face dangers and inconveniences, excessive strength and or exaggerated use of its means and or tools. Brute force prevails over the actions of the word, haughtiness, problems with security force due to bad performance. So it's still talking about the same thing. It's saying the same thing, Aquarius. that you've been dealing with people. It could be people in your family. It could be friends. You may have just picked the wrong kind of people to socialize with. But these people are not for you. They really are against you. And the Orishas are here to help you be free. They want you to be free. They want you to forgive. They want you to press forward. They want you not to listen to all of these negative influences. All right? Okay. So issue is the one that actually is here to help you. These others, and this one right here is saying, letting you know that you're free. But Ogon in reverse, Ogon is letting you know, all of this was happening because of people around you that didn't want you to be different. They wanted you to stay in the same crab bucket with them. All right? And we ain't staying in no crab bucket. The devil is a lie. The Ten of Fire. Let's get to the fires now. You got the Ten of Fire, the Seven of Air. Okay, the Ten of Fire says, in upright, as you can see, it says you will have to face a test posed by life or by karma. They're saying that you need to ask your spiritual guides for help. Trusting you will not be abandoned during the hard times, and you will overcome these tests without any difficulty or hardship. Your reward will be an increase in your self-esteem and the acknowledgement of your honesty by others. This is what the Ten of Fire is for you. All right? The next one is the Seven of Air. And the Seven of Air says, in the upright, you got a lot of possibilities that's happening for you, Aquarius. They're saying possibilities of being abandoned, lack of resources, loss of objections or people. The absence of guidelines may bring about moments of desperation, confusion, and futile efforts asking for relief and or help. All right, so this is they telling you what your next test is. All right, this is the next test that you're about to go through, Aquarius. Not all Aquarius, but there is an Aquarius here. All right, that's about to go through a human test. Okay, but it's for your ascension. So don't hold that. You know, I'm gonna need you not to take that to heart and let it get off into your spirit and you feel like you can't get up or get out of it. All right. You got the Nine of Earth, and the Nine of Earth in the upright says that in the long run, after all of this, is you're going to make a decision to just to be by yourself and get away from those kind of people, the naysayers, those that want to put you in a box, those that are fear of you becoming intelligent or having wisdom, pressing forward. You're going to walk away from those kind of people. That's what she did. And you're going to cultivate your own life, your own lifestyle. You rather be in peace than have to be around people that always are weighing on your mind or your mentality. Yeah, this is the outcome here. However, you also have uh, Bible Orisha here. And Bible Orisha says this, and I'm going to read the entire thing. And then after that, when I get to the end, all the people that's going to double tap the screen to get a free reading, and also those that want to get the super chat, please go ahead on and go ahead on and double tap that screen now, because all I see here now is 17 people. And once I finish reading the rest of this here on this last Orisha, I'm going to look at it and whatever I see is what I'm going with, okay? All right, so Bible Orisha, okay, or Bible Oka. That's this one. This is the card of the priest, all right? This is the card of the priest, whose right hand is pointing to the sky as if asking for mercy and enlightenment. This may be something that you did, Aquarius. All right? Showing respect and waving to the Orishas, and whose left hand holds the little bell calling each of the saints for help. The sound of a bell is highly vibrant and is used in almost all belief systems for keeping away any noxious spiritual elements. One hand points upward as if wanting to catch the supreme energy, and the other hand points downward, directing such energy to humanity for self improvement. He looks majestic, although his clothing is almost devoid of any trim. His white tunic alludes to the main Orishas, or saints Osala and Abatala, for white is their color, representing the high spirituality attained by persons who turns to the Orishas for any duty or function within Africanism. These may include anything from abstaining from eating red meat on Abatala Day, drinking or having sexual intercourse uh, on one leading saint, leading saint or guardian angel's day. All of these prohibitions go into effect at least 7 hours before performing any religious ceremony. His tunic is fastened by a brooch made of any material and color after his spiritual guide. On his left arm, hold on, he wears a band against egons, a protection against low vibration, fleshless, or disturbing spirits, who are also called uh, something. I can't read that word. My glasses are getting a little dull here. Adorned with bucels, snail shells, okay, brought from Africa. On the table lies a little basket of panelli. I think that's what I'm reading. A Brazilian name for a little basket covered with a white cloth of an imperial band of chains made. Okay, an imperial band. I messed that up. Where's the? I done lost my place, y'all. Give me a moment here. Okay. Okay, imperial band, a chain made of small colored beads, each of which different combination represents one of the orishas. A small spade representing the element of which will cut off anything negative or disturbing. A glass as a container, a chalice for water to act as pure elements absorbing all negative waves from the consultant, a candle as an element of spiritual enlightenment representing fire, and a coin inside the pantella representing the elements earth, and in other words, Babalora, Babalorisha. Baba meaning father, and Orisha meaning saint, or Babal Oki can control the four elements of nature through through Ashe, forces of power conferred by the guardian angel who intercedes with God for that purpose. This card means a virtuous, prudent, just man giving wise counsel and making wise decisions with the deep and emotive psychology that will give deep inside your mind and heart full protection against all evil, peace, and spirituality. Solitary, a measured, cautious person. Okay? And above all, showing strong meditation abilities, concentration, and willpower. This card means that you have good sense, which must prevail, or you could do nothing required. Okay? So Avatala has good sense, which must prevail, or he could not do nothing required of him or requested of him. This card advises perseverance, will, and analysis of goals. Let your spirit and mind prevail over matter. Have a strong belief in the higher power, Almighty God, which is the only way to succeed. Okay. Well, that last paragraph, or that last, yeah, those last two sentences, seem to be the most profound thing to be said in this here. So all of this here that you're getting ready to go through, or you already have already been through it, they're letting you know, all right, trust in God. All right, you're going to come out of this victorious, Aquarius. All right. Wow. Well, I didn't expect it to last that long, but it did. Okay.